Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you can hear the noise from the outside, I do apologise. There's some works being done and they've been very rude since I am filming. I know my last video was a foundation wear test and it was the Morphe Foundation, and today's video is also going to be a foundation wear test. But I know from experience and from the views that you seem to be enjoying foundation wear tests, so I hope you don't mind. Today I will be testing the Last Imperfection Weightless Foundation. So if you would like to see what coverage it has, how it wears throughout the day on my oily, acne prone skin, just keep on watching. I saw this foundation being used on Steph Tom's sponsored post on Instagram and I was like, ooh, does Collection have a new foundation, new Last Imperfection foundation? Because if you've been here for a while, Last Imperfection Ultimate Wear Foundation is one of my faves. It has a nice coverage, quite matte, but it's like so comfortable to wear. I just really like it. You can get this on offer for £4 sometimes, and I mean, you can't go wrong. And one of my all-time favourite concealers is by Collection, and it is from the Last Imperfection line. Saw this and I was like, I really want to try it, see what coverage it has, hopefully a decent one because I need to leave the house with this. The colour I got in the Collection Last Imperfection Weightless Foundation is number 2 and it's called Warm Ivory. They do differ when it comes to shade range.
No.
Okay, so Collection has completely changed their shade range. Originally it was Porcelain and Ivory. Porcelain has been replaced by Cool Ivory, then it is Warm Ivory, which is the shade I got. In the original there's 7 shades and in the new formula, the weightless one, there's 10 shades to choose from. This is the original and this is the new one, so they do look very different. I'll be honest, I do prefer the undertone of the original. This one seems to be a little bit more pink undertone, but it could be a better match, like not undertone, just the shade. Let's not ramble, let's not make this too long. I'm just going to get on, and as always I'm going to start with a sponge. If I feel like trying out a brush on the other side of my face, I will. But I do really like, usually I do really like the finish of a foundation applied with a sponge. I'm getting used to this squeezy tube situation because you can do what I'm doing right now, which is kind of squeeze the product straight onto your face. Can't really do that with a pump. It's a little bit more hygienic than a wand. I think this one is a little bit more liquidy than the original. However, I can already tell, thank you Jesus, this is quite a decent coverage. Wow, it took next to no time to blend this in. However, one tiny little negative is that it dries really fast. Like, this has already set. Whatever I have on my face, this has already set. And as you can see, like, I didn't manage to move the foundation down, but it's not a problem. I'm just going to take a little bit more on the sponge this time, and I'm surprised to see that the foundation has not sunk into the sponge. I mean, the coverage on this is pretty good. This is just one layer in comparison to my better cheek as well, wherever I do have spots or old discoloration on my cheek, a little bit of veins here in the center of my face, all of that is gone. I'm just going to build it a little bit and see what happens then. Sometimes foundations really do not want to build. Okay, this is a matte formula, but it's like a nice matte formula. Oh my god, I can feel a new fave. This is so good. Straight away, just because I have a comparison to the Morphe one, like that I've done a couple of days ago. This is definitely already less cakey than Morphe. The only disadvantage, like I said, is that it dries really fast. So for example, I just took my sponge and tried to push some more product in the center of my face, and I'm picking it up from my spots that are dried up here, and it did kind of cling onto the skin around my spot because that's where it's drying up. Other than that, the finish, oh my god, the finish, it's like a powdery finish, but it doesn't feel too dry, and I love it. So I do want to try it out with a brush. This is Expert Face Brush. I always use this for my foundations if I do use a brush. I feel like a brush might make it streaky, and because this dries really fast, it might make it difficult. I don't know, we'll see. Nope, I need to move on to the sponge straight away because it's gonna leave streaks. It's a little bit too liquidy for a brush, so it does leave streaks. This doesn't look as good as the sponge side. For my oily skin, this works. I don't have many dry patches. I exfoliate quite frequently. If you do have dry skin, dry patches, combo skin, I'm sure you could make it work. I don't see it working for a super dry skin because it is picking up on this tiny little bit, which makes me think it does cling onto dry patches, and overall it is quite a matte foundation, like such a comfortable matte, not like concrete, not double wear concrete kind of matte. I do like double wear, but it does make you feel like, slightly makes you feel like a Sahara desert. If you do not want that super dry, super matte finish, the Lasting Perfection, the original, I don't remember it being as matte, and they do have an illuminating foundation which does not set. It's still liquidy and dewy looking. That one's pretty nice as well, and it doesn't move, it doesn't slip off. I love the Lasting Perfection line. This looks super good, like really good. Okay, my concealer, I'm taking Extra Fair. This makes me happy. This makes me really happy. I was scared that the Weightless, what is that, what it's called? Yeah, Weightless foundation aspect of this foundation will make it a sheer coverage. Oh no! This is like full coverage, but it does feel weightless. Make sure to always tap out your creases before you set them. What do you think? Make sure to let me know down in the comments below. What do you think? You saw me at the beginning, and now you're seeing me with the foundation. I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup, get on with the day. It is 10:15, so I'm just going to start counting it from 10 because I've done my concealer and whatnot. Let's go with the day. I'm off to the dentist. I actually don't mind the dentist. Very brief, it's only been an hour. The foundation looks like this. I know the lighting is like all over the place. I think that's good. Okay, it looks pretty much the same as I put it on. The only thing I had slight problems with is my bronzer. Like, I had slight difficulties putting it on. It could have been the bronzer itself, because I've tried the Revolution Pro contour palette again, and that could have been it. How do you like my makeup? I really like it. I have not been wearing pinks and burgundies for a while, and I miss it and I like it. Okay, let's go to the dentist. I mean, I've been really bad with the check-ins today. It has been 6 hours since I've put the foundation on, and I am getting very oily. I did rub off a little bit with my bandana. It's rubbing off around my jaw. I had my scarf. I'm considering just adding in check-ins more frequently tomorrow, like wear this foundation again tomorrow and then just have a proper check-in day. Unfortunately, I won't know until I post whether you would like that or not, but I will carry this wear test on. I noticed that I started getting oily at the like 4-hour mark, 5-hour mark. I could probably do with a blot, although I might do that on the 8-hour mark. So I shall see you then. So it's been an hour since I did my lash check-in, but I do feel a very oily, and it's just starting to feel slightly uncomfortable amount of oil. So I'm going to blot. And I look pretty good again. There's a little bit of transfer, only a tiny amount. Most of this is oil. Let's see. Yeah, I look pretty good. The fact that it rubbed off kind of bugs me a little bit, but it is holding up really well. I did have to blot. I could have blotted at the 6-hour mark. The foundation claims to wear up to like 16 hours, and it could, I'm pretty sure. Let's carry this on. 8.5 hours in, guys, and I mean, I'm oily and I feel like the foundation's rubbing off around my nose. As you can see, some of my friends have decided to come to the surface of my face. So I think I might even leave this foundation wear test here. It doesn't look good, you know. I could blot and maybe even powder on top of this. I actually have never done that because I don't really like to powder my foundations throughout the day. I prefer just to blot a little bit and leave it at that. I might wear this for a little while longer, but it doesn't look good. However, it did hold up pretty well, and the foundation overall is pretty nice. I do like it, just the longevity is not the greatest. See you on the 10th and final hour. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, officially hour number 10 of this wear test, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I look that much different from, what was my last check-in, 8.5 hours in. I actually don't look that much different. I don't look good, but I don't look that different. The foundation hasn't rubbed off anymore. However, it is very moldable. It is a very lightweight foundation. It does feel very lightweight, and it has a decent coverage, and it has a very, like, the perfect matte finish. I would definitely recommend it. Collection at the moment has a offer where almost everything in their range is £4, so go out and buy this, go out and try it, and I hope you like it as much as I do. Like, initially when I put it on, I loved it. You know, it doesn't taint my oils, but I do have a very oily face. It has a nice coverage. It's a shame that it rubs off quite quickly, but I can deal with that. Make sure to let me know what you think of this foundation down in the comments below. I hope you don't mind so many foundation wear tests recently. This actually gave me an idea for like future videos where I want like a week worth of foundation wear tests. Let me know if you would want to see that. I hope you have enjoyed that. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I hope to see you next time.